All right. Welcome to episode 3 of The Hidden, our interactive D&D future
What game are we playing, Joe?
post-apocalyptic zombie. Well, it's entirely homebrew, but it's D&D. It's based off of D&D, and we are using D&D mechanics. However, this takes place in modern day post-apocalyptic Faerun. So a zombie apocalypse has already taken place. To combat the zombie apocalypse, a company has launched nuclear strikes and decimated the entirety of Faerun. And our survivors lived in a colony in safety until that too was overrun by zombies. And they made their way south and found a road that traveled along a river and went through and salvaged some things from some vehicles, and then found themselves inside another colony. They made some friends with the Hell Riders, rode in some sidecars, were given their own home, and a nice, comfortable, relaxing evening took place. They were able to get a full 8 hours of nice, sound, comfortable sleep. And, so...
Sounds too good. I'm suspicious at how nice that sounds.
Do we wake up?
Never.
Unfortunately, you are still level 1, so...
Okay. Well...
You do wake up, and it's a pleasant morning. The windows in the house that you have are cleaned regularly. So this house that you've been assigned to is a fairly nice, well-conditioned, modern house. There's clean glass, so the sun is shining brightly through the windows. And you can hear birds chirping through the windows. Not like as if the windows are open, but you can hear the chirping and the pardon me, and the bustling and everything of town kind of starting to wake up in the morning. It sounds like there are some people who are already busy out in the streets as you wake up. Some of them probably wake up before sunrise, but because it was such a traumatic and long travel from your colony that got obliterated, you've slept pretty well. You slept through sunrise, and it is now early still morning, but it's past sunrise.
Hey, we went to bed?
I'm kind of
Oh, okay.
jumping
I'm so
ahead
sorry.
just a little bit.
No, you're fine. I got
did get
very confused.
You all got settled in, and then we're jumping ahead
Okay.
to the next day.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine.
We were knocked out. There's
You were
chloroform
exhausted.
came out of the
Forget me
vent.
stick. Yeah.
Who needs a curfew? Turn the gas on.
Oh no.
So you wake up to a knock on your door, the front door. Duh, 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 duh. It's fairly loud, enough to, like, it sounds like they're trying to arouse you, get you awoke and ready to go for the day.
I draw my bow.
I know, I heard it as soon as it came out of my mouth.
Well, I, for one, am aroused fully.
I will leave my bedroom groggy. Is there like a peephole?
There's lots of people in this town.
Oh no.
In
I'm
the door,
sorry.
Joe. Can I look out a peephole?
There's a people in the door. Get them out.
Oh god.
Yes, there is it's like in the hotel rooms that they're small and it's really hard. It's kind of like a fisheye lens kind of thing going on, but you can look out.
I do so.
Okay. You see a familiar face standing there as this big giant poofy mane that looks like it was just recently brushed, and a smile, showing these pearly white fangs kind of smiling, dangling down off of the snout of your friend Auron.
I will do the thing again where I look like a human, and I will open the door.
Like to call from my bedroom, just Who's there? It's so incredibly early.
Cat friend.
It's Oren. It's Oren. Fucking hell, I gotta get that voice back.
Oh no, no.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How can I help you?
Well, I was just coming by to let you know that y'all are running late to, get your job assignments. Some of the town is already up and moving, and we haven't seen you, so I was just making sure you're all right.
Oh, I thought you said that, the leader was gonna come around for the job assignments.
Yeah, he's indisposed today, so we're gonna need you to come on down to the office and
All right. Let me get my boots on and we'll follow you out.
fantastic. I'll
What
wait
does he
outside.
want?
We gotta go get
Work,
our
work.
job assignments. Get up, sheep boy.
Excuse, I have a name.
Mobias.
I open the door just a crack, like, I'll be right there.
Uh,
I look like I'm a mess, though. I'm not going to show my face right now.
not in front of your future husband.
Mm-hmm.
You hear just ungodly clanking noises from my room as I put my legs on for the day.
It's like your face, but your legs.
My legs. Can't walk without them.
Work with what you got.
Is there... after I get my braces on, I pop my head in. Any chance we have tea in this house or any kind of food?
We have food.
We have bags of meat.
I'm going to look in the
Well-
cupboards. There's food, tea.
As you're looking through the cupboards, you see that there are plates and cups and bowls and silverware, but there doesn't seem to be any food.
I turn to Mobias. Yeah, we have meat.
Good. I have a dandelion. I'll eat one of my dandelions.
Just handing out meat to people.
Uh,
Breakfast jerky.
uncooked meat. Hooray.
I think as a tabaxi, you could probably do that. I don't know what the stomach conditions of the rest of the races
Oh.
would be, but I've
hell
seen
no.
cats
Oh,
eat raw
no.
meat, so
Yeah. I mean, I
Mo-
could cut them off a section so they can, like, go cook it. We have
Can
a
we
kitchen.
just say that we like jerkied some of this shit like last night?
takes, like,
Seeing as we have a kitchen
Last
now.
night.
You guys should have had your own
Takes
rations.
So long.
I do have my own rations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
just
probably
saying
had
we
your own
s-
rations.
I'm just saying we start jerkying some of that meat before it goes bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the fridge. We'll deal with it later.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll take some with us.
Just in
in case.
case.
Pocket meat.
I mean, it's come in handy before.
It
Yeah.
has
Yeeted
come
it
in
to some
handy.
It really has.
All right, we should probably not keep our lion friend ready or
Like, slip
waiting.
him some meat.
Slip him some meat.
'Cause
The phrasing of the show.
dark meat, white meat. What do you want?
Yeet the meat.
Aw, someone in the chat just said you look beautiful, Ray.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
Is that cat?
Yeah, it's Cat. And
It is a
because,
cat.
oh, boyfriend, you do too. Thanks, Cat. Second thought. Gonna have to tell the other half about that. Okay, let's go get our jobs.
Nerves.
So what kind of jobs do you think they're going to have us do?
Probably really hard
Engineer.
ones that'll be hard in those heels.
I'm sure they have something else.
You could be a desk assistant, some kind of
A
post-apocalyptic-
secretary?
Financial
I was
advisor.
post-apocalyptic secretary.
Mm-hmm.
You,
War journalist.
And you could...
Keep the yards mowed.
Yeah.
I try not to
Landscaping.
laugh.
or some kind of engineering, tinkering.
Oh, yeah.
I gesture to my legs, medic, things.
You can make like mech suits. Like the Gundam stuff.
I can make you more sensible shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fine.
Boom, 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 boom.
I left the door open. I'm like walking to it as we're talking.
Yeah.
We'll go,
Yeah,
we'll go.
it's not a I shut the door in his face situation. He's still there.
Okay. So as you walk out the door, he starts to kind of lead you towards the town hall where you registered and got your passports, if you remember. And as he's leading you through, he turns and... So, I have to be 100% honest with you. We're not exactly going to assign jobs. I have a favor to ask of you.
Are you about to kill us?
No.
We have to kill somebody else.
Wait, what is this favor?
Why is it killing?
Well,
Why does it have to be killing?
The way he said it was so incredibly shady.
That's just his voice.
It's his accent.
Things.
Yeah.
That may be not what you call shady. There may be some shady things involved. I don't know. But
I called it. Shady guy.
I love shady things. What do you need me to do? Steal something?
Well,
Break
He's
into
very
something?
shady.
Quiet.
Questionable.
Wait until we get to the... Don't want to worry everyone.
Oh, I'm so excited.
we need disguises.
Whatever you say, boo.
So he leads you through the rest of the way, and he gets you into the town hall. And you'll notice that as you walk in, the town hall looks like somebody threw a grenade in it, and it's just everything is destroyed in here. It looks like a massive fight went down in here. And he pulls you into the office, and it has Coronios on the door. But as he opens the door, you see that this room looks even worse. Everything is destroyed. The desk has been chopped into bits. The chair is like splinters across the floor. There's nothing left in this room, and the window has been busted out.
We missed a party?
Boarded
Those
over.
night crazies, huh?
He pulls you in. He shuts the door.
Zoomies.
3 a.m. zoomies.
He says, "So, as you can see, things are not going well this morning. When I got up and reported to work, Coronios is missing."
Is that normal?
That's the big boss with the horns?
Yes.
It's Iron Bull, right?
The beef master?
Oh yeah, beefcake. Sorry.
He is.
We did not do anything about that. We did not.
Oh no! I am
Do we
not
look like we
accusing
did?
you.
Okay.
I am asking for your help. I am second in command, and I don't know what to do.
Is there anybody he doesn't get along with? Is there a rival political faction? Does he get the zoomies?
You have too much
Zoomies.
catnip.
He's
Wait,
not
no,
a
he's
cat.
a beefcake. That's right.
I
Dang
get
it.
the zoomies.
Do you do this then?
No,
Into the bulwark?
no, I go outside and I run around. I have been known to do some backflips occasionally. I'm quite acrobatic.
Okay.
Well,
Yep. You could show
if-
that off sometime. That's fine. What was it? Mobias?
Sorry, I was. If I may, pretend he's still here until we can somehow locate him. You don't need to incite a panic.
Yes, see?
Say he's sick,
Brilliant minds think alike, yes.
Well,
and so do ours.
well, I might be able to help with that. I have to remember if a changeling can be way bigger than they are.
I think it can be one size bigger or one size smaller.
I believe
Yeah, we
that's
could
right,
just-
yes.
We can make a mannequin out of armor or something like that, fix the window up, and just have his shadow cast in his office.
Well, see, here's the thing. I can keep people out of the office for today. That's not a problem. I can say that he is indisposed, he is busy. That one day is not a problem. Should we not figure this out by tomorrow, some people might start asking questions. I might be able to buy us 2 days.
Are you sure you don't just want me to take his shape?
I feel like that's going to cause more problems than it's going to solve.
I mean, if I'm just sitting in an office.
We're
and
gonna
not
need you in the
helping us
field.
find him.
Yeah, board up the window. We're gonna need
I
you
mean, I'm
with
saying
us.
maybe after today.
If
we
worse
don't
comes to worse, we know that that's an option, and
Yeah.
we can use that to our benefit. Hopefully, we can find him before anything goes on.
I will need some of his clothes if we do that.
Yes.
A leather strap.
Unfortunately, I do not have the key to his personal residence.
I can
Oh,
get
we
in.
don't need a key.
Okay. I don't want to
Don't think
know.
about that too much.
I wear the badge, remember?
I'm not. Hey, you came to
La
us,
la
Mr.
la 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 la.
Mr.
la,
Policeman.
la, la.
You gave us a house. We're going to help you.
Good. Okay, so what was your name again? Kaagwar?
Jaguar. Yes.
Kaagwar. You had asked about opposing political factions, and while this isn't really a political thing, I don't think, we do have an uprising.
An uprising.
Yes, there's a group of people who do not like the way Coronios runs this colony. They claim to, they don't wish to sacrifice their safety for their freedom. Or their
Have you
freedom for
tried
their
throwing them over the wall?
Unfortunately, we cannot locate them. They seem to come and go as they please.
Estimated numbers?
As far as I know, they have a leader. How many of them follow this leader, I cannot tell you.
Do they have a public voice?
Public voice, you mean
Does
the
somebody
leader?
speak for them openly?
Ah, yes. Pentalus.
Pantless.
Pantless?
Yes. Funny enough, he only wears pants.
What's this guy look like?
I'm
Well,
going to break.
He wears pants. All the time.
Does no one else wear pants? This is it.
I mean,
I mean, when it...
And this is his cohort, assless chaps.
Call him Chappie for short.
Oh.
Pentalus is a red tiefling.
Spicy.
how many red tieflings do you have in this town?
We have no registered citizens that fit his description. But he has been seen in town from time to time.
Interloper.
And I thought people couldn't leave, so you just let him wander around and
Oh, no,
preach
it is
this
Not by choice.
uprising.
He seems to know how to get in and out of town without using the gates.
So there is reason.
Magic. Who knows?
He probably parkours up the wall. I mean, that's how I would do it.
Or maybe he jimmies a lock on a door someone's forgotten about.
Maybe he has someone who lets him in.
Oh, you think it is
Lots
an
of
inside
options.
job?
Or
Catapult.
maybe he can look like someone else when he comes and goes.
Yes.
We'll work on him later.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Looks pointedly at Hayden.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is what I look like always.
Question. Are changelings pretty rare still?
They always have been. I'm pretty sure it even mentions that in the player race, like that they're not a common player race.
How common are tieflings?
I mean, I think they're like in the top 10 played races, so.
Okay. I mean, it just
It's usually
For
my
being a
go-to.
rare race, they're pretty popular.
Well, I'm just looking at our other tiefling friend who's in our party.
we all
I
have
don't
like
know him. What are
I
you-
didn't.
that's
No.
racist.
That's not what I meant.
Jeez.
I
We were in
was
the same damn hole.
That's not Kaz. That was me as dragon going, we have a tiefling in our party, not a all tieflings know every other tiefling. Jeez.
How do you know you
That was
don't know him?
implied.
Don't you have amnesia? He doesn't know this, I'm just saying.
That's true.
I was actually going to ask, do you know
Exactly,
him? But
I
that
don't-
is for a very specific
yes.
character reason.
Is he racist? Come on.
Jeez.
As far as any other leads, I looked around. Nothing seems to be missing, just broken. So whatever they were after, it wasn't an item. It seems that they... Either he left on his own accord, or he was taken. But
How can you abduct a guy that big?
I mean, there are
Put him in a
ways.
bag. Yeah.
there's always something bigger. Especially with the mutations, you know.
Well,
if you
there's
go
also
outside
this
these
little
walls,
thing called magic. They
Well,
can
you
make
know,
him
I
something
know-
smaller.
magic.
Okay.
Oh, that's the things that you do with the... Okay, are you a magician?
Me? Oh, no.
Oh.
Got enough sleight of hand to be called a magician.
I mean, no.
I use shape water to make a little like heart wherever there's water. I just take it and I'm
he
like,
hops
oh
up
yeah.
and down and...
Is there
Okay.
blood?
Go ahead and roll an investigation. There's no obvious blood.
Investigating.
22.
Okay. You're looking around the room, and you do find on the panes of glass that are busted outwards out into the thing, but it's been boarded up, so you can't see. But on the panes of glass, there are what looks like dried blood and little tufts, tiny little tufts of fur.
Like he jumped out the window?
That could be
Whoa.
assumed, yes.
Just push.
Oh, I'm going to be tracking that.
Is there anything funky with? I don't know. I don't remember if you mentioned this. Apologies if you did. Is there anything funky with the door? Does it look like the lock has been broken? Does it look like it had been jimmied? Or whoever came in, were they invited in?
Did you roll your investigation?
I did not roll my
Okay, go ahead
investigation.
and roll your investigation.
Oh, it's bad. Ooh, it's quite bad. I'm a smart boy. So that's an 8.
Okay.
Is-
Upon initial investigation and what you can see, it does not appear that anything has been jimmied or broken. It looks like the door has not been forced open.
Is there any like papers scattered that look like they may have been important that somebody might have been actually looking for, or
There is paper all over the place. It looks like some books have been knocked out and just papers askew everywhere. They look
I'm
like...
gonna-
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to look for like specific, like maybe things about the town, maybe some like agenda stuff that this leader may have had.
Okay, go
Maps.
ahead and roll an investigation.
Maps.
Does the window maybe look like the glass was broken inward first? Or just like it was
You don't
out?
see any glass on the inside of the window area or
Okay.
in the room, so you assume that it's probably been busted out. You do see a board from the outside that it's been boarded up from the outside, so you don't see any glass. You can assume that it's probably been busted out. You would assume if it was busted in, there'd be some sort of glass on the ground somewhere, and you don't see any.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19.
All right. So on that investigation on the papers, you are finding a lot of day-to-day, like operations papers. There does seem to be a treasury, like a book that has been keeping track of bartering within the town, like barter deals. There's no currency that it's keeping track of, but it's keeping track of like value of bartered items between people. And then one of the pages in that book has been ripped out. And then you do find there are some maps of the town, and one of them that is like laying underneath some of the other papers sticks out to you as it's an older map, like probably pre-apocalypse, that has some sewage lines and stuff on the blueprints of the town that aren't on any of the other maps.
I will take that map. Can I tell like the day that the page was ripped out? Is it like between 2 days or anything like that?
Yeah, it's actually a fairly recent one. It's dated about a week ago, so 6 days ago.
I share everything I find with everyone else, which is not much, but
Door, yes.
let it be known that I share my information.
I'll share mine too. So it looks like a page was ripped out of this currency book, and I found this map that has sewer lines on it.
Is there access to those sewer lines?
Oh, not to my knowledge. I think everything's been sealed up.
Where
That
does
would
the map
be-
show where they used to be, just so that we could check it out? I
That would
think we're
be-
gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, please, somebody, please.
And I look at the map and see where the
What?
closest access point could be. Here.
There's actually one right underneath the town hall.
That
There's
would be. Oh,
the building that you're in. Yep, you're fine. No, you're fine. You're fine. The building that you're in, there's a jail, and in that jail area, there's an access to a sewage line. Like there's a drain line that leads into a main line that runs across the town. There's also, as you're looking at the map, there's a sewage like manhole area in the main road. And again, I think those are all sealed up, but you're more than welcome to investigate. Go ahead.
so, based on how cities were set up before the whole apocalypse thing, there's got to be some kind of drainage or retention, because it's within environmental permitting that you have to build a retention pond whenever you build over a wetland. Which, since we're in a low-lying area, we would have one of those, which means that there's access outside of the city walls into the sewers, and that would be a really good way to move around the city without being discovered.
Depends
we
on
need
how
to-
big they are.
Get it.
Oh, that is a really good point. If they are unsealed and someone knows how to get in and out of the city, that poses many threats to the city.
Yeah.
All I would assume is if we find the largest source of water outside of the walls, find a culvert near it, we can follow it in.
The river?
River would be a good option, although typically it would be some kind of non-natural water source. I don't know how much of this is meta knowledge based on the fact that I'm a hydrogeologist, but I'm just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, you're going to run us into a water treatment plant. Maybe a cistern.
You go with it.
Yeah, can I look at that ledger?
Somebody knows you're excited about a new job, so somebody may have Googled some stuff. Go for it.
I hand you the ledger.
So I'd show it to Oren. It's like, hey, you familiar with this? Do you recognize any missing big deals, big trades? Maybe stuff from the other colonies?
Oh, Coronius usually handles that, but I can take a look. I don't. He kind of flips through. Oh, 6 days ago. That was the last. So we have a deal with a colony that runs with the Hell Riders, and we trade supplies. And 6 days ago was the last time that they ran a trade deal. Perhaps someone was unhappy with the value or the deal itself. I don't know. Coronius usually handles the negotiations and the bartering between colonies.
Where's all this stuff kept?
Warehouse 13.
Who was the colony?
Neverwinter.
Oh boy. How far is Neverwinter from here, Joe?
A long, long way.
Thanks, buddy.
Let me pull up the map and we can look, because we have that ability. Wow!
It's the map. It's the map.
It's
It's
the
the map.
map. It's the map.
I have no idea how the song goes. I've never seen the film.
Oh yeah, that's far.
Oh hell.
Mm.
So it's not even on the view at this point. You
Oh
are
my
at
God.
Elturel.
Well, hell.
And yeah, you could get to Baldur's Gate and head north. But yeah, you're quite a bit of ways away.
So
When are they supposed to be back here?
We only see them once every quarter.
Oh, okay.
do we have I don't know, any kind of badge? Are we being deputized? How are we going to interact with people without them saying, "Hey, you guys are some shady outsiders"?
Oh, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. Being newcomers to the colony, you are not likely to be trusted, and I can't just hand out a badge. I can't deputize you being newcomers.
Is there anything you can give us to show us kind of a sign that we're doing work for you?
Look like him. I can look like him and I can sound like him.
Yeah, but if you don't say the right thing, we're gonna really get
It'd be real
run out of
bad.
here.
We may just need to rely on our shining personalities.
I wish I could, but the policies in place for our colony forbid me from doing so, and if I were to go around those policies, people might start to suspect things are not going normally.
And the last thing we need is a panic.
Can you do me a favor and go check out Warehouse 13? Make sure whatever was in those trades is still here.
I can do this, yes.
Maybe up security a little bit. Ask the guards, hey, anybody stalking around?
I will ask the Hell Riders if they have seen anyone stalking around.
Should we let him go off on his own if they're targeting, like...
Oh, I will be okay. I can handle myself.
But I do think it would be a good
That's
idea
nice.
to have at least one person with you. Maybe Rem?
I will go. I will fight the good fight.
Yeah, way to take one for the team. Ren.
I'm gonna sneak over to the boss's place and do a little investigating.
You want
Okay.
company, or
Should you
I
be
look into-
caught doing anything like that, I cannot.
It's fine.
Okay.
That's it.
It is, yeah.
I can go look for a way into the sewers.
It sounds like a plan.
That's what I was going to work on. Come on
I
down.
think it's better if I go alone, so that if I'm caught, at least it's just me.
Ooh, we're splitting
Yeah.
the party.
You two enjoy the sewers.
You will want to know, should you be caught doing something, the penalty is death here in this colony.
Oh,
Ooh,
good.
public execution.
Painless, I hope.
That mean we get to fight back?
If you can.
So you're just gonna ask us to help you, and then if we get caught, you're just gonna let us die.
Yeah,
Or
what do we
kill
get
us,
out of this?
presumably.
Yeah.
I do
Wait a minute.
want you to know that we could just go back to our house and let this just happen.
You'd
Like,
be on guard duty or
Or-
trains.
Absolutely, you could. And the colony could fall apart, and, zombies could invade, and...
That was
been
our
there,
yesterday.
Done that.
You have to make this more.
Here's my
Profitable.
thing. I do not want to get killed by helping you investigate your missing leader, is what I'm going down with. I would love to do it, but if somebody comes at me, they're gonna get a knife in their gut.
I don't think
She's
you'll have
ruthless.
anybody aggressive, but if you get caught, they will report you, and I will have to maintain the facade that Coronius is still here.
Then
If
arrest me.
you do get, if you do find him, or you do, help me with this investigation, I can process your passports and your citizen rank a little faster.
Perfect. Does he have somebody that lives in his house?
Coronius? No, he lives alone.
Okay, no like secret girlfriend or anything
harem.
like that. A
Not to my
harem
knowledge.
of women. Okay.
Or men, we
Uh,
don't judge.
Can you point me to where that is?
Ah, yes. And he pulls out the map and points out the house, and it is a house that stands up a little bit on a hill. It's it looks more like a military fort, like a guard tower type deal than a house. He's like, He stays here.
Okay. I will make a note of that. And I will look at the rest of the party and go, don't get caught.
Right back at you.
You
Meet back at the
either.
house.
Yeah.
Before night.
100%. If something were to go wrong, I get caught, this one will tell you guys.
You know the secret handshake, right?
Yes, I know the secret. Okay. Yes, I got it.
This is the secret handshake?
Yes.
Apparently.
Well, it's not secret anymore. Teased.
As long as we know it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea that we're splitting up a little bit, because then it makes us, if we all traveled as a group, that'd be more suspicious.
The great part is, if any one of us gets caught, the other things we're all doing are so incredibly
different.
random.
Yeah.
Hopefully, only one of us will get killed. I'll take those
Well-
odds.
Christian,
What?
can we have safety vests? Like city worker vests?
I'm not wearing that.
We are.
We're going in the sewers, baby.
I have
Flashlights.
here.
Hard
Follow
hat
me.
and clipboard.
He
Yeah, or like guns.
motions for you to follow him. As he walks out this room, he leads you into a familiar area. You were in this area before. Remember the room with all the lockers? And he starts opening up the lockers. Here we go. Will this one fit you? And he holds up this bright neon yellow
Perfect.
vest. It's got the silver reflectors.
Now we belong.
Always alone. You can go anywhere with a vest and a clipboard.
It's
I'll
true.
carry a ladder.
Also, the thing is you guys are checking out the sewers. That it can also just be a job. You're gonna be with this big hunk of burning love, and I'm the only one that might get caught doing something that I'm not supposed to.
Do you want a pity party thrown for you?
No, I'm just saying that
Don't
that
get
you guys
caught.
will be okay.
Call it a wellness check.
I don't want to do that because if it's a wellness check, they might think something's up.
Pull back on it.
That's true.
You're the one getting the wellness check. It could be a deadly plague, you know? Gotta see the top, Okay.
Just be safe, everyone.
Shall we meet back here? He leads the two of you back into the room. Shall we meet back here, say 4:30?
How long is that?
Do you not have working watches?
I do.
No,
Oh.
I don't
And
use time.
he goes back and starts going through those lockers
Oh
again.
no.
I don't believe in time.
Here's one. Here's one. Oh, this one's analog. Do you know how to read analog time?
Yes, I do.
There's no
How loud
second
is
hand.
How loud is the ticking? That's gonna drive her crazy.
Quartz motion. You don't hear it.
Here you go.
I slip it into my pocket.
Each of you now has a watch.
Doesn't
One
really
of them is
match with
analog,
my
the other
aesthetic.
were all digital.
Oh,
They are
no.
solar powered.
Sweet.
Cool.
What time is it right now, Joe?
It is about 10:30.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh.
So I'm gonna what I want to do is plan out my route. Are there any like houses that I need to worry about near his house?
His house sits up on top of a hill, and
Okay.
it's not really a house. It's more like a stone guard tower type
Yeah.
deal. There are houses on the what would that be? West. Sorry.
Beast.
Beast.
Yes. There are houses on the west side down the hill, but their doors and everything are facing the west, so they're kind of back to it, if that makes any sense. There are windows in them, but
Do I feel like what I really want to do is take like alleyways and whatnot to get there, not the main road that would be like where everybody could see me.
gotcha.
Do I feel like I have enough cover going up there, or is that something I'll have to scout as I go?
You can see, because you have the map of the city with the sewers and everything, and this map is fairly accurate. You would see that there is a way you could go around the wall and come up the back part of the hill to his area, and there's no houses around that area.
Okay. Oren,
Yes.
are there guards stationed on the wall, or are they more like at the gates?
On the wall at the gates, but not all the way around. We have spotting towers. You'll be able to see them.
Okay.
They are not going to be looking in the town. Their job is to keep an eye on the outside of town.
Okay. Then, I should be okay. I will get to the house and see what I can find out.
Very good. Don't get caught.
It'll be fine. All y'all are worried.
Just walk up with a big salad. Say you're delivering.
So,
I'm not a DoorDash.
we meet back here at 4:30. You are going to break into his house. You two are going to break into the sewer systems, and you and I are going to go check out the warehouse.
A lot of
Break into
breaking
your
and
home.
entries.
Oh, yeah, warehouse.
I have a warehouse key. We don't have to break in.
Oh man.
You don't happen to have a key to his place, do you? Just
No, I do not. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's fine. I don't need keys. I'm gonna hand our house
I didn't
key.
hear that.
It's fine. I'm gonna hand our house key over to Keeg. Kegwire. And I'll be like, don't touch my stuff, even if I am killed.
You have like one bag of things. Why would we want to take it?
You don't know what I got. And I
I'm
slip out the door.
Curious.
Well, now I want to. Had
She
no
has the
desire.
alcohol.
I don't know you alcohol.
We're gonna find out.
You wouldn't tell us.
I would
So now we're gonna
just-
find out.
I would kill a man for a cup of tea. That's the only thing I can think of stealing right now.
Is there a break room in here?
Everything is broken. He kind of looks around.
Damn it, Joe.
There is a guard, the guard room with the lockers that people just kind of sit and relax in there when they are off duty. You know.
We're gonna take the map and go to that area and kind of plan our route. Look for
Mhm.
access points, see where we are, closest route from here to there, and then I want to check the curtilage of the building and see if there's tracks or drag marks or where this guy stormed off or what happened.
Okay.
Survival?
Yep. You're gonna go around to that the other side of that window where it's boarded up, and you're gonna investigate that area and kind of around there. Go ahead and roll an investigation. If you're finding tracks and you're trying to track something, that would be survival. But you gotta find it
Okay.
first.
22.
Okay. So on initial inspection, just a cursory glance, you do see a big divot in the ground, like something happened, something came out of the room, caused a big divot in the ground. That's fairly obvious. And then as you're looking closer and looking around, you see a congealed puddle of blood, and then you see two hoof prints, and they start to kind of like skid a little bit, and then you see them about 10 feet apart from the first set, and then they skid a little bit.
Big burb?
Looks like he was
like
gonna-
Nature check? No, like something was carrying him? It didn't leave tracks? Is there any other tracks? Car tracks?
There doesn't seem to be any other tracks, that's all you see.
As a ranger, does it look like something was maybe trying to fly away with him?
That would be a good impression that you would get. It definitely looks like something was lifting and dragging. That's what the tracks are kind of skidding along with. It's kind of hard to tell what was doing that.
Can you point
Okay.
this out to me?
Yes. It's like drag. Like something was having a hard time picking him up and taking him away because there's nothing else out here.
Well, anything big enough to pick up him and fly away with him would have made an awful racket in the middle of the night. So why
Could.
did nobody pick up on that.
Did nobody pick up on it?
Or the guards in on it.
Or maybe the separatists?
Someone would have noticed. There's guards out all the time. It's possible they saw it and turned a blind eye, or the uprising, I believe he called it, has moles.
Moles. Moles are underground.
Hmm.
We'll have to look in the sewers for moles.
Mm-hmm.
Big bad bedroom holes.
Or turtles. Sneaky turtles.
Sort of. I had this theory running around in my head that maybe he just up and left by himself, but I'm guessing that's not so much anymore.
No, it doesn't look like he walked. It looked like he was drug and lifted. I mean, it could also be magic. Who knows? Like, maybe they were able to actually drag him or pick him up. They could have put him in a net, thrown him, carried him out with a handful of other people. Who knows?
Spirited him away, but there aren't any other tracks. So whatever did this was operating alone or was being ridden.
Or it's just highly organized.
Or it's just highly organized. But careful. I can't get over how big something would have had to be and how loud it would have been.
Could have been a big owl.
Could have, I mean, there are owls where I am from and they make quite a bit of noise.
When they fly?
I do have better than average hearing, so maybe that's just it. Have you never heard an owl fly before? I wiggle my sheep ears.
Barely. They're
Look
pretty
up into
quiet.
the tree.
They're way quieter than regular birds.
Not really from around here, so maybe their owls are just different.
Who knows? It could have been like a raccoon owl.
Screech owl. To the sewers.
To the sewers.
All right. So, are you going to the one that's in the center of the main road, that sewage manhole cover? Are you going to the drainage pipe that's in the jail cell, or are you going to the one that's connected to the big power plant?
Can we do some recon on those three places to see which is the least populous?
At least the closest to.
The closest one to where you're at is the one in the main road.
Is it sealed? Is it disturbed?
You'd have to go look at it. You're behind the building, so you'd have to kind of go around and then go up the main road and kind of look at it. From a distance, you just see a manhole cover in the center of the road.
We don't want to be seen inspecting that.
Wow, we're in vests.
Okay.
Check manhole and road. Look, we got a list.
Perfect. Carry a ladder or something. Let's go check it out.
Plunger.
All right, so that's the one you're heading
You're
to recon
sewer.
first.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are heading that way. Let's see. So you get up the hill around the back, and you're approaching this stone, what looks like a garrison tower. There aren't any windows in this thing. It obviously looks like this was built a long time ago. This is probably a remnant of the original settlement. And it's been adapted to modern times. There are bars, iron bars, 3 of them, that kind of inlay into this hole in the stone. So there's no glass windows. This is like airflow coming through here. In the back, there's 3 of those windows on the back side. And as you're kind of looking in there, you don't see any movement or shadows or light or anything. It just looks kind of abandoned.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It also appears that there are 3 stories to this thing, and there's a rooftop parapet or whatever, like a balcony area up on the top where there's like a lookout or something.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need that. We need the sewer.
Yeah, I was going back over to DB.
Oh, I was very confused on who we were talking about.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Is there a back door?
There's no back door.
So as I'm looking, is it would it be obvious if I was at the front of the door for anybody that was like looking up at this place?
You get the sense that since you're up on top of the hill, if somebody had their eyes up there at the front door, they'd be able to see you. But you also are above, and you're looking down, and you have a good view of the city from here. You would
Okay.
easily be able to tell if anybody's outside looking in your direction.
Okay.
The
if
only
I don't
risk
see
that you would be running would be anybody that's inside that you can't see looking at you.
right. So because I don't see anybody like out in the street like observing the tower, right?
Nobody's observing the tower. You do see people kind of walking back and forth. It looks like they're just doing their normal day-to-day activities.
All right. I'm gonna go to the front door. I'm gonna try and see if the door's unlocked. Just like a gentle wiggle, not like a crazy loud one.
Okay. Yeah. And it is indeed locked.
Okay. I will pick the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand, and please do that with disadvantage. Thank you, Johnny, for that donation.
Yeah. That would be a 17. I rolled an 11 and an 18.
Nice. Okay. So it takes you a little bit. It takes you a minute to kind of get it and get the tools in there, and you've successfully picked the lock, and you hear the tumblers engage, and the lock snap open.
I will slip in slowly and then take a look around.
Okay. As you look around, you notice that his house, we'll say, also looks very ransacked. Everything looks like it's been destroyed. I want to say you would safely assume and discover that this also had a fight in the middle of this. Things are broken. It's not just somebody was ransacking looking for something. Something happened here where stuff is broken and battered. You immediately see a trail of blood that leads from the front door to a back staircase that kind of winds up to the second floor.
Give me 1 second. Blood trail. Do I hear anything?
Roll a perception check. This one's not with disadvantage.
Thank God. Perception.
And don't forget, Keekar, you also have advantage on a skill check if you want to use it.
That's a
Will do.
6.
You said a 6?
Yeah.
You do not hear any noise.
Okay, well, I'm going to be as soundless as possible as I start to, like, sneak through his house.
Okay. You'll see the bottom floor here. There's a bunch of wooden furniture that's broken and disheveled, but there's not really any structure to this bottom level. It's like one big open room. You can see out the windows in the back, those iron bar windows in the back, and you can see the wall.
Okay.
And you assume, because you're at the very top of the wall, if you were to go up a level, pardon me, you would be able to see over the wall and past it.
Well, I'm going to start walking up those stairs as soundlessly as possible.
Okay, roll your stealth check.
Uh, 21.
You do not make any sounds. In fact, you're convinced that you are silent as a mouse as you step up those steps, hugging the wall.
Okay.
And as you turn the corner that wraps around, you can start to kind of see the level that you're coming up to. This floor does have a layout. There's a hallway that's about 10 feet long, and there's a door on the left and a door on the right. And then on the far end of that hallway, you see another iron window, and you can indeed iron bar covered window. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can indeed see past the wall. And as you are facing north, you can see a guard tower on the wall, and you can see there are 3 guards that are currently kind of watching the perimeter, and about, I'd say probably 3 or 4 miles, it's hard to kind of guess from where you're at, 3 or 4 miles out from the wall, you see a small horde of zombies kind of lumbering around just about where the tree line starts.
Are they seeing the zombies? Are they just keeping an eye on them? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, it doesn't look like
Okay.
the zombies are meandering towards the city at this point, but they do notice them, and they're just kind of keeping their eyes on those zombies.
Are any of the doors up here open?
You do see the one on the left-hand side, the one facing the west, is slightly ajar. I almost said askew again.
Is that the one that the blood leads to?
You do see a trail of blood leading to that door.
All right, I will slowly, quietly walk to that door, getting ready for making sure that if something were to come at me, I'm ready to attack it.
Okay. Your 21 will suffice. You go quietly and you get to the door, and you can peek in where it's just slightly ajar, and you can see the very edge of a bedpost. So you can assume that this is a bedroom.
Is the crack in the door enough for me to just slip in without making any noise for the door opening?
You would have to open the door to get in. It's only open like 4 inches. You can peek in
Okay.
and see the edge of a bedpost and the wall.
Okay, I am going to, as quietly as possible, just slip this door open a little bit so I can see more into the room.
Okay. So you slide the door open, and it doesn't offer any resistance. It seems like whoever lives here, Coronius, he probably takes care of it. He probably oils the hinges and stuff. This is a ruin, but it's not like he's taking care of it. So the door opens quietly. There's no creaking or anything. And you can see on the bed, lying face down with his hand drooping over the edge of the bed, the back of a minotaur. And 99% sure this is Coronius.
Oh shit, is he dead?
We'll come back to you.
Fuck!
Oh,
So, Kaz,
Mm-hmm.
you and your buddy are heading to Warehouse 13.
My little buddy.
So he's leading you down the main road, and to the west of the main road, off to a little trail, there's quite a few smaller warehouses. These aren't large warehouses. They're more like storerooms than warehouses, and you see that they're numbered.
Mm-hmm.
And he leads you over and pulls out a key and unlocks the padlock that keeps this. These are kind of set up like, you guys are familiar with those You Store It things where they got the garage door, what is it, Storage Wars? You ever seen that?
yes.
I love that show. Barry's awesome. Anyway, he unlocks the padlock and he begins to lift up the garage door to the warehouse.
Okay. I'm just gonna start talking to him. I'm just gonna ask him, like, how long have you been in Elturel?
Oh, I've been here for a good 20 years now.
20 years.
Yes.
How old are you? Sorry, that's impolite.
How old do I look?
We come here often.
Not more than 20. That's weird.
Well, I wasn't
that was-
born here, so.
So did you? So it was already kind of a thing before you got here.
Oh yes, Elturel has been here a very long time.
And so Coronius just thought that you would be a good fit for a second in command?
Yes. He saw something in me. He mentored me.
That's so sweet.
Yes, the way I tell it.
Your job must be really stressful at times, huh?
Yes, he has me doing things that I don't want to talk about it. It's not... Safety comes at a cost sometimes.
So, what does that mean exactly?
Let's just say if I ran this place, I would do it a bit differently. Oh, would you look at that? The crates are all here, and he seems a bit nervous. You get that without even insight checking. Like, this line of questioning seems to kind of get him a little frazzled as he changes the subject rapidly.
Oh, so everything looks good. Nothing's gone at all. Like,
I don't see anything missing. The padlock was intact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it looks like everything is here.
okay.
I don't have
I'm gonna
the list to compare it to, but
Yeah. Okay. Do you mind if I just go wander around and like?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Check
Do
it
you
out.
want me to go with you, or?
How about you wait right here? Make sure nobody comes and
Oh, okay. And he grabs
Yeah.
the top of the warehouse thing and closes it back up and puts the padlock on.
great. Yeah, I'm gonna go around and see if there's anything weird happening in here. Are there any ways to get in besides the front door?
And I mean, there's ventilation. There's some very small vent shafts around the outside. But I don't think anything could get in. Maybe some rodents or something.
Okay.
They would have to be rodents of unusual size, though.
I don't think they use it.
So we're inside, like, or
Oh no, I'm sorry. He was standing on the outside when he shut it and locked it. He didn't lock you in. That would be very suspicious.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'll check out the ventilation shafts. Just make sure there's nothing like loose.
Okay, I will wait here for your return.
I'm not an expert, but I have eyeballs.
If
Look them
you,
up and down.
If you need a lift, let me know.
I will definitely.
He just kind of leans up against it and pulls out a pack of Marlboros.
Stubby.
And he opens the pack, and you see that they're not cigarettes; they're those candy cigarettes. Those, the one.
They're
the
nip
little,
cigarettes.
Yeah, they're the little
no.
sugar cane things, and he pulls it out and he starts sucking on one.
Big idiot.
All right. I'm gonna go around and just kind of wander, make sure everything's good in the hood.
Okay. As you walk around, you see these things are made of like this metal sheeting on the outside, and they've got a pretty standard metal roof. They don't seem to be climate controlled because along the top edges, there's about a 1.5 foot. They're just like on a pivot point, these little window-like things, and they're all angled outwards. You would expect a humanoid creature of medium or large size would probably not be able to squeeze through this, but critters might be able to get in and out if they were left open.
Okay.
And as you're going around, the one on the back, there's 2 slats, and the one on the back on the right is slightly opened. Like, not opened, but it's not shut. It's just kind of cracked.
Yeah. Is there anything I can climb on to like get up there and look down in?
I mean, there's not. It's like a metal sheeting wall, so you'd have
Go
to
scratch and post.
All right. I am not an expert at investigating. Oh yeah, I'm gonna run back and get a lift.
Oh yes, you need some assistance.
I would love some assistance, actually. Back in the back. I need some assistance in the back.
Oh
Wink.
yes, of course. And he starts heading towards the back of the area, and he's, oh, are you trying to look up there? Here, and he,
Yeah.
I will boost you.
Aren't you wearing a dress?
I have little what are they called?
Skirts?
Leggings.
Okay.
Leggings.
Tactical squirts.
More prepared than Shiloh
Tactical
is.
Sports. Maybe season 2.
Tactical squirt.
I'm gonna accept the boost and look in with my dark vision.
Okay. So as you step onto his paw, he's got a kind of palms, and he's just waiting for he kind of lifts you up, and you shoot up in there, and you can easily see inside.
Is there any sign of like that someone may have been in there, or the boxes are disturbed or anything?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I'm great at these. 11.
So, you don't see anything suspicious on the inside, but you do see 2 what look like scratch marks that are parallel with the window. That looks like somebody probably tried to and get something in there to pry it open. And as you're, pardon me, as you're looking in there, you notice that the window itself is loose. Like, the only thing that's keeping it shut is gravity. There's no, like, tension to the window on this one.
Okay. It looks like someone might have been messing with this, and it's I lift it up and like flap it.
Oh, he looks up. I forgot you were up there. So, what does that mean?
Maybe get some screws. Someone may have tried to get in here. I can't really see inside, but
Oh, here, and he kind of lifts you up a little bit, and kind of your head is like an
I'm like
inch away
going
from
into the
the
window.
Oh, do you see anything else?
I look for anything else.
As
Is there
you're
any
kind
like any fur or anything on the sides of the window, or?
As you're kind of propped in there, you do notice that one of the crates, the top of the crate, is also slightly askew this time.
Would I be able to, if we went in through the front, would I be able to like get to that crate, or is everything just like?
You'd have to kind of move some stuff to get to it, but yes, it would be easy to get there. It's not blocked. It's just you'd have to kind of move a few crates out of the way.
Okay. Can we go around front again?
Oh, absolutely. Here, and he kind of pulls you back, and then, do you want here, just shift around and face me.
Oh, okay. I hold on to his shoulders or something. I don't.
Oh, that's
Climb
perfect.
down.
And then he just reaches up and grabs you by the waist, and then sets you down on the ground.
Oh. Pap his arms. Okay.
Fantastic. Let's yes. He pulls out the key and begins to walk around the front and unlocks the lock and opens the door.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start kind of clambering in there as gracefully as I can.
Okay.
As I get back there, I'm just gonna ask him, like, do you really think it was what was it, Neverwinter? Do you think that they would take Coronius, like
I don't know
abduct
why
him
they
or
would
something?
want to. The Neverwinter chapter of the Hellriders has always been a good chapter, as far as I know. We've been on good terms.
Well, if it wasn't them, what do you like? Do you have any ideas?
I mean, there's the uprising. They don't like Coronius. And some of the citizens, they mumble from time to time about his rules. They're a bit harsh sometimes, but
You said you didn't like his rules either, though.
he is a bit harsh sometimes. He's strict. Strict is a good word for it.
So does he like murder a lot of people, or? I'm like trying to get up in the crates. I'm just chatting.
I mean, they've all been sentenced to death.
Like for a good reason, or just
That's debatable. They have broken rules.
or like stealing a loaf of bread, or
Sometimes that is the case here, yes.
That must be really hard following that sort of kind of tyrannical rule, you know?
It is for the best for the town, the safety. I mean, there's just so much outside these walls, and if we let things slip, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
He doesn't
well,
seem 100% convinced in what he's saying. This seems like it's kind of a practiced reply.
yeah, but if there's weakness like inside, what's that saying? You know, like the integrity of the inside is more vulnerable than like, you know, any sort of external stuff. I don't know. It's a thing. But if people aren't happy with his rule, everything's just gonna like, you know.
Yes, I agree. Everything will.
All right. Do I see anything in these boxes? I'll leave them alone for a second.
As you get back there, you realize that the top of the lid of this crate is not secured. It has been pried open, and it's just sitting there. And as you're climbing over the top of the other ones, you also notice that a lot of these other ones are loose. They've just been put back better.
Yeah. Can I see what's in these crates, friend?
You open the lid, and there is absolutely nothing in the crate.
What about the other ones?
As you start to pull off other lids, you realize that there is nothing in any of these crates.
Orion, question.
Yes? Roll a perception check, by the way, when you say that.
God. Okay. 17.
This.
As you turn around and say, Orin, you notice his head is cocked, and he snaps out of a stupor. Yes?
You okay? First of
Absolutely.
all, okay.
Yes, I'm fine.
What
did you
was supposed
find?
to be in these boxes? Nothing. That's the problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. That's not good.
Yeah. It just seems like a waste of space to be storing empty boxes, you know? What was supposed to be here?
Food.
Oh. Do you have more food in other places?
Well, without this resupply, we only have a week's left.
Okay, not to, you know, make you panic or anything. I'm not panicking yet. There's nothing here.
Oh, that's not good.
Does it look like things have been like taken out or like eaten, like you were saying, vermin got in there?
No, this looks like this has been cleaned out. Like, either this was delivered empty, but with the lids being loose and pulled up, it looks like it's been cleaned out.
Is he surprised or is it like, oh no?
He looks like he is trying to cover up a bit of worry. He also is, you can see underneath the pale brown fur a little bit of blush.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yes,
You're,
absolutely fine. There's no stuff, there's no food. And he turns around so that he's not facing you. Do you need help getting out of there? Are you okay?
I do. Will you please, yeah. Can you come here and help me?
Oh, yeah. And he starts, like, backing up towards you and then, like, slowly turns around. Here. And he offers his arms out, just in this, like, awkward way.
Are you sure you're okay? You're looking, do you need some water? I think I have some, like...
I'm fine. Here? And he kind of, like, attempts to, like, slowly motion like he's gonna scoop you up.
I'll adjust myself so I can be scooped up.
Okay, he scoops you up. He lets your legs dangle on his left arm, and then he places his other arm behind your back, and he just kind of picks you up and starts to kind of back out of the warehouse, and then just, like, awkwardly begins to set you down.
I have my arms around his neck, but I'm not gonna let go. I'll just leave them there.
Brighter blush, and he's just like,
I'm just making sure you're okay. You seem warm, and do you think that you could run this place like without Coronius? Like,
if I was required to, I could step up and run this place. Yes.
yeah, but if he was like dead or something.
Oh, I hope not. You can take your arms off my neck now.
Okay. I'll let him go.
His tail is flicking behind him, like just back and forth.
I was like, what a weirdo. That was Kaz. Okay, well, maybe we could wander around town and see if anybody has seen anything, or I don't know if you want to check the other places,
Well,
but it's all gone. So
yeah, perhaps you could go and ask around town. I feel like maybe perhaps I should check the other warehouses.
okay, I'll come with you.
Okay. Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Are those like catnip cigarettes? What are we?
No, here. They're just candy. They're powdered. They're compressed powdered sugar. They're very hard to find now because they don't make them anymore, obviously. But if
Like
you'd
candy,
like one,
candy.
yeah.
I would love one.
And
Yeah,
he pops the top and he offers you one.
like offering a cig, but candy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him to the warehouses. I'm just gonna kind of follow along.
Okay, we'll come back to that as we get back to Mobius and Kagwar. As you
Sewer boys.
yeah, you approach the sewer manhole cover in the main area, and you can see that there is a bubbling of metal around. It's not like liquid, but it's like it looks
Welded?
like welded at one point in time. Roll an investigation check, please.
20 dirty.
A dirty 20.
26. Nope.
26.
Nope, 25.
25. All right. So, Kagwar, pardon me. You notice that while it looks like it's been welded shut, there is a very small, minute crack all the way around it, like the welding has been unsealed. Mobias, right? Mobias. You notice that this particular crack around the seal is not lined up, and it looks like there's a layer of like dust or dirt from the road that kind of settles on this, and there is a handprint in the dust on each side of it. So you can see like fingers on each side of it, like somebody had lifted it up or set it back down.
How big are these hands?
They look humanoid, but they do also have they look like there's some like longer claws, because there's the print of the hands, of the fingers. There's 4 digits, and then at about half an inch past the digits, there's this little like tiny, almost looks like somebody drug a pencil. So you assume like maybe claws or fingernails or something that kind of dug in.
Okay. I'm going to pull out one of my little trinkets and have it capture a still image of the hands, and point those out to Kaag.
Interesting. Can I smell it?
You absolutely can.
Like I'm looking for like cat people smell or rat people smell or fat people smell. You want a nature check or a survival, or what do you want?
Your choice, either nature or survival.
That's gonna be bad either way.
Well,
7.
hello there, kitty. A 7.
Get it.
You do get a, as you take a big whiff, trying to kind of get a smell. You smell something for sure, but it's not what you were trying to smell. It smells like sewage.
Oh yeah. It smells like money. It's an old farm joke.
Agriculture humor.
Very specific. That joke was funny to 2 people.
Yeah, what do you
We
guys
open
wanna
it.
do? Okay.
What kind of covers around here? Like, if somebody came out of this thing, would it be standing in the middle of the street, or is there like shrubberies or?
If somebody came out of this, they would indeed be standing in the middle of the main street. In fact, as you're looking around, you notice that there are several people going about their daily business that as they're walking by, they're watching what you're doing. They don't look like they're like suspicious of you. They're just continuing on, and they're glancing over because you're in the middle of the street.
Mm-hmm. Messing with something that presumably is not frequently messed with.
Right.
I want to cover my nose and mouth as much as I can. Stanky. After
Sure.
you.
Cool. I like tap on it and then like bounce my foot on it and just like do a cool little flip of the man lid and like push it out of the way and drop it on the floor.
Yeah. You drop it on the floor, revealing a dark hole. And a rush of air comes up and it hits you in the face. Raw, nasty sewage. Mobias and Kaag, you're both, you have keen smelling, right?
Mm.
You also, because it's just right in your face, hidden underneath the sewage scent is this very, very subtle smell of wet fur.
I puke a little bit in my mouth.
Roll con.
Well established fact. Mobias has a weak stomach.
How many stomachs do sheep have?
Just one, I think. I could be wrong.
1 haggis.
I think it's just one. Sheep stomachs.
4 stomachs.
4 stomachs.
Wow, one of them is weak, the other 3 are strong, I guess.
First one that's weak.
Unfortunately, it's the weak one. Yeah.
That's the first weak one. I don't know if sheep can vomit though. The sheep could.
And
Sheeple
Google,
probably
help
can.
me.
So yeah,
Anyway,
dropping some knowledge in this stream.
So flashlight, looking down.
Yeah, you click on the flashlight and you can see it drops down probably about 30 feet. There is a ladder into a sewer line that runs north and south. You can see at the bottom of this, there's probably a good 4 or 5 inches of stagnant water that just sits in there. But on either side of that, there is a 6-inch walkway that kind of rises up above this water, and the ladder comes down onto that.
So
you
look
wouldn't have to
used?
from this angle, you kind of shine the flashlight around, and you don't really see anything. It does not look like it's a current system. Like, sewage doesn't come and go in this thing. It's not something that people flush into or anything like that. And it also doesn't look like it's been recently traveled through.
Can I take a quick look around, see if anybody's paying more than close attention to us?
Cursory
Guards,
glance. Yeah,
anything?
cursory glance. You don't see anybody. There are people that are stopped walking, and they're looking over. But as they kind of see you looking up at them, they're just like, and they continue on.
Cool, yeah, I'll hop down.
Okay, you climb down the ladder.
I follow, and I want to move the manhole cover back in place.
Okay. So,
I don't want anyone falling in this hole because we didn't mark it.
I was gonna look for cones.
We didn't
Should've
put
brought
cones around. We did not set up a hot zone.
There should be barricades everywhere. All right. Can I look at the bottom of the lid before we leave?
The top of the bottom of the lid. You're looking at the.
I want to look up at the bottom of the lid.
Okay, gotcha. So you look up there, and it does look like you can see the palm prints. So somebody has recently moved that. There's no doubt in your mind at this point.
Sweet. Cool.
I want to pull out one of my other little trinkets and make it glow. I am keeping track of which ones I have, what effects I have on them.
Can I look for disturbed goop or anything to see if it more north, more south?
My street name is Disturbed Goop.
Okay.
My band in college.
Roll a survival check. The DC on this is going to be pretty high, but you've been rolling pretty good, so.
16. I got advantage.
You can use it if you would like to.
Yeah. 23.
Okay, it's a good thing you did, because you do find something. It takes you a minute, but you do notice that there are, as you're kind of shining the flashlights around, in the sedentary water? Stagnant, thank you. I knew that was some kind of word. There is sediment at the bottom of the stagnant water, and you can see that someone, instead of walking along the edges here, was walking down the center as you see footprints, like boot prints, probably about a size 10. So they're humanoid, they're not massive. Boot prints walking towards the south in the sewer line.
Gross.
Let's cautiously move forward.
How deep are the footprints?
Oh, the sediment is maybe 2 inches deep, and you can see the footprints are just like in that. Like they've just crushed down to the bottom of the stone surface of the, or cement surface of the sewage.
Can I look up to see if they were using like torches? Like, is there soot?
You do not see any soot marks on the ceiling.
Okay. Probably flashlights. Let's give it a look. Keep an eye out for traps. Keep an eye out for weird noises.
Mm-hmm. Don't
Lights.
make any sparks.
Yeah,
All
methane.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you guys are heading south in the sewers.
Yes.
Back up to DB here. As you're opening the door, finding a dead body, what you assume. It is laying in the bed, arm drooped over. There's a big minotaur. You can assume this is most likely Coronius. You did see the person yesterday, but you saw him from the front, not the back. Fairly certain that this is who this is, as you're in his house. You can put 2 and 2 together and make that assumption.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Can I see if it's breathing from here?
You don't see any breathing from here.
I guess I'll sneak forward, just like...
Roll a stealth check, please.
I'm so scared this is gonna zombie at me and I'm gonna die this episode and we're just gonna have to get a new rogue character. Unnatural 20.
You quietly make your way across to the bed, and you do notice that there is no breathing. The chest is, or the back, I guess, because he's laying on his chest. The back is not rising or falling. Face is down and towards the wall where the bed is at, so you can see the snout kind of going out, and you don't see any like movement in the bed sheets or anything that indicates that he's breathing through his snout. It looks, for all intents and purposes, looks dead.
Okay. I really don't need this thing to wake up as a zombie and get me. So I'm gonna start backing out of the room. Looking at him, does it look like I would know what killed him? Like, are there knife wounds? Are there anything?
You see on his side where his t-shirt is at, there's this blood stain on it. So you can assume that he was probably bleeding pretty profusely from the side, and that's probably where the blood trail came from.
Do I know how people get like turned into zombies in this? Or, like, do they just have to die, or do they actually have to be like bit by zombies?
It does have to be an infection.
Okay, so it's not just like, oh,
It's not
the
immediate
Walking
on
Dead
death.
kind of
No,
thing.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay, then I'm less worried, and I'm gonna poke around a little bit to see if I could find any like evidence of who might have done this.
Okay. Okay, so as you're standing in the room, there's the bed. There's a dresser next to the bed. And then above the dresser is that iron window, and you can see out to the wall, and you can see over the wall. But this one faces towards the town, so you can kind of see a cursory glance of the town, and then past the wall, over the wall. On the other side, there's this really fancy, it looks fairly old armoire with a mirror.
I'm gonna check around his body because I want to see if he like ripped anything off of this person or anything like that. Because this is a big dude, and he would have put up one hell of a fight. So I'm looking at anything in his hands or anything like on him that would tell me anything on his mouth or anything like that.
Okay. Roll a medicine check.
Oh, Joseph.
Like, she's a killer, though.
That wasn't medicine. Hold on. 14.
Okay, so you do see, as you're kind of looking over, you do see a little bit of blood on the snout kind of coming out, and some dripping from the nose. And as he's laying sideways, you see a little bit of trickle down from the ears. And as you're kind of looking over him, he's kind of laying in this thing where one arm is up above his head is cast to the side, and then the other arm is like down towards his waist on the other side of the body. And you notice that there's this abrasion on the inside of like his elbow area. But since it's kind of laying on the bed, you can't really see because it's kind of underneath. It's laying on top of the bed. And you can just see on the inside area of the elbow, there's this little abrasion.
Okay, cool. So he doesn't have like anything on him that would tell me that like, oh hey, he like something that would indicate who his attacker had been.
You don't notice that he's got anything other than the way he's laying, and the arm that he is in front of his head, over his head, is closed. It's just kind of laying like that.
Pick up that meaty arm and try and pry open his hand to see if there's anything in it.
Okay, you pick up that hefty hand, and it weighs. He's pretty beefy.
I'm not a strong girl, but here we go.
And you open up the hand, and you see this 6-inch long it's syringe, and it has been used. The whatever liquid was inside this syringe has been injected somewhere.
I'm gonna look at the neck and like in the forearms to see if he has any like marks that he used, like somebody or he used a needle in.
Okay. You lift up his cold body, and at this point, you can assume that there's no life left in this thing. And you inspect the neck, and there's no pinpricks in the neck. You kind of pull the fur back and look, because pinprick, you have to kind of do that.
Yeah.
And you assert that there's no pinpricks, and you go to look at his one arm, and you look at his forearm, and you're looking around, pulling the fur, and there's nothing there. And as you lift up the arm that's on his right arm, the one that was kind of by his waist side, the one with the abrasion, you lift it up, and you see that abrasion is in fact a bite mark.
I get the fuck out. I quickly I'm doing it trying not to like be really I take the syringe and I leave the room and shut the door behind me.
Okay.
I'm not about those bite marks, Joe. But I'm also not allowed to just knife somebody in the back of the head anymore.
Hey, you are all alone. The only people that would know would be you and the viewers.
Until they found the body and they went, "Where did this knife thing come from?"
It was there when I found him. I don't know.
What
He had a
happened
bite narc,
there?
and I saw him twitch.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hey, Twitch, make us a what was it called? Partner.
Twitchy zombies.
I'm gonna use my thieves' tools to like lock that door for now.
Okay.
Because if this thing comes alive, I do not.
Yeah, you lock him in there.
Okay. And I'm gonna search the other room and the rest of the house to make sure that nobody else is there.
It takes you a couple minutes to go through this level, and you find that there is nobody else in this house. And you go up to the third level very carefully. You're sneaking around. And you realize that this kind of opens up into, like, the staircase kind of goes into this hallway, and it opens up to a rooftop level. And you can see, as you come out there, that there's a couple chairs and a old iron, like wrought iron picnic table type thing, like one of those round picnic tables you'd see, sitting outside one of those cafes in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. It looks like he probably spent most of his time up here relaxing, because the rooftop has the most used and comfortable vibe to it. You do see also there's an iron chest in the corner, the north corner of this rooftop area.
I'm going to check it for traps, and if it's not unlocked, I'm going to unlock it.
You notice that it is unlocked.
I open it.
Open it up, and you see that there are some personal effects in here, like a couple like pictures and picture frames of him and a little girl.
Oh no.
And then a couple pictures of him and a female and a little girl. And it looks like at one point in time he had a family. And this is kind of his keepsake box, because there's some clothing, there's like a little teddy bear, a couple other things that kind of harken back to his family, and this is kind of where he was. But it looks like somebody has went through this. It doesn't look like it's organized. Like, these things aren't set nicely in here like you would expect a keepsake box to be. These things kind of look disheveled.
Okay. Is there anything else in this that does it look like anybody has disturbed anything else? Did they leave anything? Is there blood up here?
You get the sense that somebody probably did pick the lock on this lockbox. There's no real evidence that anything's missing, but since it was open and the stuff looks like it's been rummaged through, there very well could be things that are missing from here.
Okay. What time is it?
As you look at your watch, you realize it's about 12:30.
Okay. I think it's better for me to leave here and come back with a big beef boy. Big lion boy, actually. So I'm gonna leave and not disturb anything else. And lock the door behind me.
Okay. You descend the staircase and lock the door, and as you walk out the front door, you kind of get a cursory glance of the city below, and you see that people are just going about their daily business. Nobody really seems to be paying attention. There doesn't seem to be a panic. Nobody really knows what's going on yet, so they're just going about their day. And you head back towards the guard tower, like the town hall.
Yes, I'm gonna keep an eye out for any of my friends, because definitely need to let people know what's happened. Well, let these guys know what happened. I don't want to panic the town yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
From this section, you can down the hill. You can see that there's the houses, but since you're up on the hill, you can see past those houses. There's a U-Store warehouse facility, and you can see two individuals. You can see Rem and Oren.
Beef boy, yes.
Yeah.
I will start casually heading their direction.
You do notice that your friend Rem is currently wrapped around Oren, hands around his neck.
Oh my, I'm gonna go disturb their love fest.
See, down the hill.
Yeah.
Back over with you and Oren, Rem, as he has awkwardly asked you to release him.
It's fine. Yeah, we'll go around and check the other warehouses. Does it look like is there any crumbs of food or anything on the ground? It looks like this was a super clean job. There's nothing
there's
dragged
no
around.
Yeah, it's whoever came here prepared. There's no evidence of they didn't take the crate, so obviously they had to have something to put it in because there's no crumbs on the ground. Nobody ate anything while they were doing this. It's just gone. Empty crates. Yeah. And they took the time to put the lids back and attempt to make them look full.
So, Oren, what are we going to do about the food situation?
Well, we'll have to contact one of the other neighboring colonies and tell them we have an emergency, and hopefully they have stores and we can arrange a trade. We have some extra ammunition that they perhaps could get rid of the ammunition and trade that for food.
Yeah, do you guys have forges or something, or is it just scavenged?
Most of our stuff is scavenged. We do have access to a petroleum field.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so it's probably going to be okay, and nobody's going to figure out that all the food's gone, and they're going to, panic or anything, right?
Well, we can probably, like I said, we have a week's worth. And at this point, DB, you would have caught up to them as they're going to the next warehouse.
As soon as I got out of sight of other people, I would have fucking ran.
Okay. So, Rem, you hear, and you look, and she's running towards you all.
Hi, Hayden. You're done early.
Well, that's because we have a problem. Would you like me to leave? Because I saw you two. Wink.
Wink. No, it's okay. What exactly is your problem? We have a problem too, kind of. But you go first. You go first.
I don't know. How bad is your problem?
We
okay.
have no food.
You go.
No food whatsoever.
Well, we have a week's worth.
A week's worth that'll feed everybody comfortably, or did the four of us fuck that up?
Oh, no.
It wasn't us.
No, I mean just the extra bodies.
Yeah, we will be able to feed everyone in here for about a week.
Okay. Well, I found your leader. He real dead. And he was bitten. But I also found this in his hand, and I show him the syringe.
He grabs the syringe and looks at it. Well, this is odd.
What is it?
What?
There's no smell to it. It's not labeled. I don't know.
I didn't know if. So here's the thing: is I thought maybe that too, but I also was like, oh, maybe he was a diabetic. I don't know. But this was in his hand. He has a bite mark on his arm. I currently have locked the room that he's in and the house again because I was not sure if he was going to come back and the last time I stabbed somebody in the head, I got yelled at. So.
Always stab them if they've been
You
bitten.
get right. And I just look at Rem.
I got learned something.
I got in trouble, so I didn't do it. Now,
So he shot himself with this thing, the needle.
I don't know. I didn't find any pinpricks on his neck or on his arms, but that doesn't mean that he couldn't been shooting up between the toes. But I found the bite mark, and I wasn't gonna do that.
Ow.
I mean, people do weird things.
He
to get
does not
high.
have toes. He has hooves.
Then he probably
not
wasn't
between the
shooting up
toes.
there.
Could have been his bull ring.
Oh, you're not there.
You're not there. Oh.
But yeah, I would have stabbed him in the head. But last time I did that, I got yelled at. So I decided I would let you know. Also, I didn't want somebody to like walk in and be halfway pulling my knife out of his head.
Oh yeah.
So you were like smelling this and stuff. This isn't one of your guys' things.
It's not something we trade in, but you know, black market items do come and go. There's contraband.
Some people need drugs. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
apocalypse. Can I have that back?
I would
in
love
case?
some drugs right now, but you know, we can't always get what we want.
Oh, yes. And he holds it out to you.
I take it
Open
back.
palm.
It's not that I don't trust you. I just want to hold on to it so that we can add it with any other evidence that we need. His place was ransacked. Somebody went through his personal thing that had pictures in it, but I don't know what's missing.
Oh, somebody had to know his. Like, this had to be an inside job. Somebody knew how to and when to attack him.
Yeah, and it looks
Yeah.
like he just let them in. Does he have anyone else that he trusts like a lot?
There's the other riders, but I'm really the one that hands down the orders and executes his commands.
Okay.
We'll have to arrange to interrogate the other riders, I think. Just, you know, to eliminate any other suspects.
We'll have tea with them or something. We won't say interrogate.
Oh
I
yes, you're
also-
so much
Strong
you're
word.
so good at this.
I would also like for us to all go back to his house, because if that big motherfucker wakes up, it's not going to be just me fighting him.
You want? Okay.
I mean, both of you really, because like I said, last time I stabbed a person in the brain, you yelled at me.
Look, he was still sane.
He was bit.
Maybe he knew something that we didn't. We know basically nothing. I literally know, like, I don't know, like a year's worth of nothing. Let's go back to the house.
What do you mean you only know a year's worth of nothing?
They don't remember shit from like a year.
I
past
must have
year
got
ago.
hit like really hard in the head because, yeah.
Oh,
I might have been some like celebrity or something for sure.
that's so unfortunate. You know, I know some techniques to unlock, you know, the third eye, and he kind of points up there.
I'm just like snapping in front of their faces, going, "Focus!"
Like Tai Chi. Oh, okay.
We
All right.
have a leader who is dead, and now we're missing all our food.
He looks at his watch. He
Alright.
says, "Yes, perhaps we should find your other friends and deal with that before it turns into a zombie."
Yeah. I mean, the three of us could probably handle it, because I know you told them that they were going to
Yeah.
the sewers. So, and I don't know which one of these they went to. I only know you guys were here because I could see you from up there.
Oh yes. Okay. Pardon me. So he does not do that. That's for me.
Oh.
Ah. If you insist.
I mean, it's up to you. You're leader now.
Yes, well, I have sparred with him before, and perhaps we should get the others.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Just in case, you know, I don't want
that's-
a big
no,
problem
that-
to get to be a
That's
bigger
fine.
problem.
I apologize for not just taking care of it right then and there, but like I said,
It's okay. We have to hold on to whatever form of humanity. That wouldn't be a thing.
Sanity. Sanity.
Sanity that we can in these times. Shall we start looking for your friends then?
Sure.
Yeah, Hayden, you can go down and find them.
Excuse you? I can't see in the dark.
It's okay. We'll get you like a little light or something, like a flashlight.
Well, let's start by looking at the entrances we know. Perhaps the jail?
Sure.
It's the biggest one. That's probably the easiest one to get into.
Let's try that one first.
Because, the main one is sealed off, and then the other one up here at the other place, that's kind of a small, tight fit. And
Are you sure the main one is sealed off?
should be.
Which one's closest? Let's go check that place first.
Oh, well, the closest one is the main, but it's sealed.
Well, let's go check to make sure it's still sealed.
Okay. And he starts leading you towards the, down the main road towards that. Meanwhile, back at the motel.
Meanwhile, down in the sewers.
Does anybody else know Ray Stevens? No?
Yes.
Not personally.
Am I
Yes.
too old to get that
No,
reference?
I saw him live in Branson. So
There you go.
yeah.
Branson.
Damn.
That says it all.
I mean, he has a theater there. He owns one, so that's what he does.
There's a song about it.
When I was
Nice.
younger, I always used to get him and Cat Stevens mixed up, and that's entirely different songs.
Yeah. Yep.
I did just now. I was like, oh yeah, Peace Train. But no, wrong guy.
So, you're traveling south along the line of the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
And,
we-
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Do we hear anything as we're going? Like voices echoing off, other footsteps?
So you hear the sloshing. Well, you guys are up on the thing, so you don't
Yeah.
really hear sloshing, but you do hear like this in the distance. You hear this. It's very rhythmic, and it almost sounds like there's like waves in the distance that are slapping up against something. It doesn't sound like it's kind of echoing, and it sounds like it's way off in the distance, but you can hear it because it's very quiet in here. You don't hear the sounds of the city above or anything like that. And as you're traveling, you get probably a good half mile. You're definitely probably outside the city walls at this point. And you start to hear this scuffling sound and this sloshing in the center of the thing. One of you has dark vision. I think it's Keekar, right?
Yep.
You also have dark vision or no?
No, I can't. I
I
have
don't think so. 'Cause you had the little
5
light
feet of
thingy.
light. Yeah.
Kegwar,
Yes.
just outside your range of dark vision, you begin to see these gleams, and they look like they are about 5.5 to 7 feet off the ground, and they're just probably like a good 150 gleams of these like reflective hologram like eyes bouncing up and down in the distance.
So I have the flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Would
that-
you like to shine it down there?
Yeah. Well, hold on. I want to tap. Hey,
What?
there's something there.
Can you tell what it is? I'm.
It's a lot of somethings.
Oh great. Rats maybe.
Maybe a little bigger than rats.
Well, only way through is. Only way. You know what I mean.
No fire.
No fire. Well, it's
Whatever
like
else you got.
half of my spells.
You
Let's
have
go.
grease.
No. I have firebolt.
As you're having this quiet discussion, kind of conversing about this, you hear them start to kind of groan.
Flashlight.
You shine the flashlight, and they all immediately are drawn to that light, and you see a horde of about 100 to 150 zombies.
Throw the light at them and let's go.
At that exact moment,
Oh no.
from the tower, you hear a roar. It sounds ungodly, undead, and like a zombie minotaur, echoes and rings out and catches the entire town's attention from the bedroom.
I was trying to be a good person and not just knife a guy. But this is what happens when I listen to people that haven't survived out in the zombie lands.
And you see, what's his name? Oren has reached down and grabbed the manhole cover and kind of lifts it up. And then that roar happens, and he drops the manhole cover on his feet.
Oh, how did you open that if these are sealed?
Apparently it's not sealed.
Well, that's a problem. But you know what else is a problem? That is a problem.
Yes,
We
that
need to
seems
get
to be a
people-
problem. And I need both of you to make a dexterity save
Oh,
as
fuck.
he reaches out and attempts to push you two into the sewer.
That would be a 25.
I still have an advantage, right?
You may use it. You do have an advantage. This is the only one you have yet.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So you squiggle out of his beefy arms as he tries to push you in, and he looks at you like confused and surprised, like, "Oh no!"
The fuck you doing?
And this is where we're going to end
No.
this session.
Boo.
I have 3 magic missiles with his fucking name on it.
Ah,
How dare?
I'm so scared. I'm in a poop hole with zombies.
You were about to be in a poop hole with you with
I
zombies.
know.
Yeah, at least we'd be together.
I have a
We'd be
plan.
together.
Yeah? Do you?
So-
We have 2 weeks to come up with a plan for Oren.
And if you would like to help them come up with a plan, please join the Discord.
Yes.
There should be a command. I don't remember what it is. Nope, I didn't finish doing that. Sorry. I
Should
will
have
get
locked
the
him in
command
the
done.
goddamn warehouse.
he almost locked you in the goddamn warehouse.
It's
What's going on with Oren? Why is he trying to push everyone into the sewer?
Listen, this guy's a
Maybe
little
he's trying to
bitch.
save us.
I
And
doubt
maybe he's trying
it.
to protect you.
No.
You don't know that.
All right.
Join us in 2 weeks to find out what's going on, and if they survive, they're poop hole zombies and... God, that sounded so bad. Don't let me say that again.
we won't, but now it's been recorded, so people
Yeah.
can play it as many times as they want, Joseph.
Please don't clip that.
The remix.
Poop. No.
But he clipped that.
Anyway, join us in 2 weeks to find out what happens to our zombie adventurers. Thank you so much for joining us. DB, I'm going to let you take over the rest of the announcements
Yes.
because I'm not Englishing well.
So just like Joe said, you can join us on our Discord to talk theories, to help us plan, to figure out what the fuck is going on with Oren. I almost called him Aaron, and that was about to piss me off, but you know. You can also donate to our Extra Life. If you donate, you can give us advantage or disadvantage, like I had earlier, like Keekar had. Kaz also had advantage. If you like what we're doing, if you like the programs that we've done, which we have a lot, consider becoming a patron so that we can make more content, so that we can make everything a lot better. It helps us pay for back end stuff, podcasting, hosting, all of the editing that we ever do. On top of that, visit our website and get caught up on any of the shows that you have missed. There's Barovia Beckons. There's this, that we have 3 episodes now. This is episode 3. There's Sunrunners. Sunrunners just had their their second episode Sunday.
Yes.
No,
Yes. It would be the 3rd, but we didn't play this weekend because my migraine. So yeah, that'll be
Right. So there's
episode
2
2.
episodes on our website right now that you can get caught up on, and the 3rd episode will be on Sunday. You can watch all 3 episodes of NA by Night. We also have a store if you like any of the posters behind Joe or the sweatshirt he's wearing. It is a sweatshirt. You can get any of those on our website, and follow us on all of the social medias.
All
We're in the
right.
Discord.
Yes, and come to the Discord.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Until then, stay nerdy, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.